Hello, this is Smarter Prepping with Uncle Mark, and I'm Uncle Mark. The time is now a little after 8 p.m. on Monday, the 16th of September, 2024. Once again, it's a little after 8 p.m. on Monday, the 16th of September, 2024. I'm going to do another one of these where I hold this still, but I'll try to describe to you what I'm doing. I mentioned this before. I'm going to do it again here. See, I figured out. See that Ninja Blender in the upper right of the view here of the screen? Upper right of the screen is a Ninja Blender. Well, the Ninja Blender, it's kind of tedious and time-consuming to clean it out. And I make 3 different things with the Ninja Blender. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make one, and without cleaning it out, make number 2, without cleaning it out, number 3. So I'll describe the 1, 2, 3. And by the way, when I'm done, if you see a little Scotch-Brite pad leaned up against the Ninja Blender, sitting on top of the Gatorade, that's to remind me and to announce to you. See, this, if I say all this, I'm talking to myself, see. That's why I put it on the video, and I tell the whole world, and I certainly told myself, right? I always like to just rinse out the Ninja Blender, and I got to looking at it. Oh my gosh, it's got kind of a little bit of crud. I don't think it's dangerous, so I'm not going to clean it out before. But after I'm done with all this, I'm going to clean off the dried up crud using that Scotch-Brite pad. By the way, anything I'll do, I add a little dash of iodized salt, because iodide, they say, is a necessary nutrient. So that's that salt shaker sitting on top. So to start off with, I'll do my pears. Can you see the pears? Oregon Trail pears, kind of behind the Del Monte. Anyway, 4 cans of pears. Those yellow cans across the back. I'll put those in first, dash of salt, maybe, whatever. And that's it. I use that to take my pills. My wife, Tanya, who died the 10th of March, 2022, 2.5 years ago, she was a nurse for many years, and she taught me you take your pills with a little applesauce. And I've gotten free applesauce and used it all up, and I realized, oh my gosh, I got free cans of fruit. I have 40, I have at least 40 cans, 45, 50 cans of canned fruit. Okay, so I'll start using up the canned fruit by throwing it in the Ninja Blender, and then I got a pear sauce instead of applesauce. Okay, to take my pills with. There. So, and the second batch of stuff I'm going to do is tomatoes. See the little bitty tomatoes in that little blue bowl off to the left side of the screen? That's my tomato harvest. Most of my tomatoes in the last week or so have been the size of peas. Not cherry tomatoes, pea-sized tomatoes, whatever. They're right, they're good. I'll throw them in. When you see a can of diced tomatoes sitting on the drain board and a can of spaghetti sauce, see, I'll throw it together. Throw a little bit of actual tomatoes and then a can diced tomatoes and then a can of spaghetti sauce. I'm going to put other seasonings in there anyway, including salt, slap your mama on the back, black pepper, accent, whatever. And then I put in 1/4 cup of that olive oil. See, olive oil, 1/4 cup of olive oil, and 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar. Along with good iodized salt, this, that, and the other. That makes a nice cold tomato soup. I just drink it out of a mason jar. If you want to say it in Italian, it's called gazpacho, whatever. Anyway, and then for my third thing, I make my Gatorade smoothie. Gotta have your electrolytes, salt, and potassium. Oh, I forgot to mention, gazpacho, you're supposed to throw a cucumber in there, and how cucumbers, that can right in the middle of your shot that says Del Monte, that's green beans. The one next to it is mixed vegetables. So fill it in with tomatoes. So tomatoes, mixed vegetables. In other words, my actual tomatoes, fresh tomatoes, canned diced tomatoes, canned spaghetti sauce, canned green beans, canned mixed vegetables. That's what goes in the, and like I said, the apple cider vinegar and olive oil. Anyway, and that's the gazpacho. I forgot to mention all those. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, next, last but not least, I'll make my Gatorade smoothie, because you got to have Gatorade electrolytes, salt, and potassium. And so throw like 4 scoops of Gatorade in the Ninja Blender. Boom. Lots and lots of probably a tablespoon, I don't really measure it, but of nutmeg and turmeric. Turmeric's supposed to be super, super, super healthy food, superfood. Anyway, and then down you see in the sink, I got some frozen fruits and veggies. I got frozen strawberries. There's some frozen strawberries in. I let them fall a little bit through that last minute. So frozen strawberries, frozen apples, frozen diced carrots, and there's some walnuts. It's just that I have 6 or 7 pounds of walnuts that I got free. I figured, well, if I run the blender long enough so I don't have any chunks, hardly any noticeable chunks, and I assume there's nutrients in walnuts, you know. So eat up the walnuts just to use them up in with my smoothie. Anyway, so now, as I said, my wife Tanya died 2.5 years ago, and she taught me a lot, like take your pills with applesauce, and she also taught me to say, she enjoyed saying, later, Tater. So are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Later, Tater.